in Uganda, over 1,000 kids do not embrace the bright morning of the day because many of them are underprivileged. No food, no shelter, no medication. This touched the heart of a man of God, Prince Edward Macmahon, who put his dream into reality.
Yeah, Forgiven Kids of Africa was a dream that came to me, or that came in my heart after a series of challenges I went through in my life. I came to realize that some people are fortunate, others are unfortunate. Those who are fortunate have a part to play in the lives of those who are still struggling. So Forgiven Kids of Africa began in 2007, and it was centered on two stories. One of the stories is about Ibra. Ibra is one of the boys we met in Bujiri, and this boy's story is he was staying in the bush after he lost his parents.
My name is Ibrahim. I am happy. I used to stay in the bush, but now I am okay. I study, I eat.
I was a needy child. I was born in a family of 6 girls, and I was the last born. So my mom could not raise all the funds to send us to school. So she decided to look for possible ways for us to be able to be in school as we are girls. And then I ended up coming into the Forgiven Kids of Africa.
I joined Forgiven Kids of Africa in 2007. I was 7 years, still a young kid. This happened because I was born in a family of 8 children, and this happened because my mother could not afford to cater much for me and my other brothers and sister to go ahead in life, like providing food to eat, clothes to put on, medication, and then also going to school was a problem.
Forgiven Kids of Africa is a non-government organization that caters for non-privileged kids and was founded by Prince Edward on a vision and a mission, as he states.
So our motto is help an orphan and save a life. And then our slogan is every child deserves the right to have a meal on the table, a coat on his back, a roof over his head, a pen in his hands, plus medication.
Apart from having shelter, medication, food, and a pen in their hands, Forgiven Kids of Africa gives chance to all the kids to exploit their talents through music, dance, and drama, and making craft with the help of trainers and mentors.
The very first thing that inspired me in this, we used to sing songs, and I really loved singing. And above all, Forgiven Kids of Africa was doing these things of improving a child's talent through singing and dancing. So it helped me to realize my talent which I have of singing and dancing.
We dance, we sing, we do many things which touch people's hearts.
The organization has its headquarters in Kampala district in a village called Mulago. However, Forgiven Kids of Africa has branches in different parts of the country.
Our kids, we have limited them to 500 kids, though we have gotten a pressure of late to increase the number, but because of the resources and the operations, the limit we have, we decided to make sure we end on 500 kids. And these kids are divided into 4 different areas. We have 200 kids in Kayunga. We have about 150 in Kireku. Then we have 50 in Boyogerere. Then we have close to 100 in Mulago.
It has not been an easy journey since Forgiven Kids of Africa started.
Challenges, number one is of course the cost of maintaining them. Because sometimes you are overwhelmed by the need and the resources you have are very little. And it led to a lot of setbacks. Like also medication, we lost some of the kids who died along the way. Not because they were supposed to die, but we didn't have resources to reach them in time so that we can save their lives. Yeah, so those are some of the big challenges. And then thirdly, we've gotten challenges of the volunteers. Some of them come as volunteers, but sometimes they expect to be paid. And then when the payments are not done to their expectation, some of them would pull out. So we kept having those hiccups, but with time, we went on stabilizing.
Forgiven Kids of Africa is supported by different organizations and people of good heart.
The main person who helped us start is called John Scabra. He's a friend of mine. We knew each other from Bale, and he's in UK. I really want to thank God for him because he really did a great work in helping us to have foundation. He went out in his way and he mobilized a lot of our friends in UK. They could do charity walks and all that, so that we could do works in Bujiri and in Mbale by then. So we really want to thank him for standing in. And then we also want to thank the partners in Malaysia. Malaysia was also very instrumental in helping, especially Kampala Kids Home, to be where it is. They gave, they supported, they even came to see the work. We also want to thank the Seed and Feed from Australia. Seed and Feed has been our partners for now 5 years, I think, 5-6 years. And even this year they are coming back. They come every year to Uganda. They have been a blessing to the kids in Kayunga. And many others who have been doing small bits. Also, I wouldn't like to forget the Times Square Church in New York. They have been supporting the feeding program for the kids in Mulago. So, and many others. We have individuals in Uganda here. We have individuals in Asia, in Europe, and in America. Thank you so much for being a part of the programs of Forgiven Kids of Africa.
Forgiven Kids of Africa has given hope and is still giving hope to many kids who go through various challenges of life. To see that all kids that are unprivileged have access to a coat on their backs, a roof over their heads, a meal on their tables, plus medication.